Hello, Year 10. Today we are starting our new topic on indices, exponentials and logarithms. Today we're going to start by doing a review of index laws, most of which you are probably already familiar with. So let's start in this section here where we look at all the 6 log laws that you need to know. Law number 1 says that if you are multiplying things with the same bases, you add the powers. Law number 2 says if you are dividing things with the same bases, then you subtract the powers. Law number 3 says that anything to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Law number 4 is if you have a power inside and outside of a bracket, then you need to multiply those powers together. Law number 5, if you have 2 different bases inside your bracket, then each of those will need to be raised to the power outside, so it will be a to the m times b to the m. And law number 6, that also applies to fractions. If you have got an a over b inside your bracket, then both the a and the b will need to be raised to the power of m to expand it out. So let's go through some examples on how to use each of those laws. So example number 1, we want to multiply a to the power of 3 times a to the power of 5. This is the first law where we're multiplying and we have the same bases, which means that we want to add the powers. So 3 plus 5 makes a to the power of 8. Part B, if we have numbers out the front, we need to multiply those together first. 3 times 2 is 6. M is the first base, and I add the powers. 2 plus 5 makes 7. N is the second base, and 5 plus 4 makes 9. Question number 2, we are dividing things that have the same bases, which means we need to subtract the powers. So k is the base. 12 take away 4 is a power of 8. Part B, we want to do 5x cubed y to the power of 9 divided by 15xy to the power of 5. Because 5 does not divide by 15 nicely, it would be best to write this as a fraction first because we're going to need a fraction answer. So I'm going to write down 5x cubed y to the power of 9 over 15xy to the power of 5. That way, I can cancel from the top and the bottom. So 5 and 15 I can divide by 5 to get a 1 and a 3. With the x's, I can take away the 1 from the bottom, and that will give me 2 left on the top. And for the y's, take away the 5 from the bottom, 9 take away 5 makes 4 for the top. So neatly writing down what is left, we have x squared y to the power of 4 all over 3. Question 3, we have power of 0. The part that is to the power of 0 is always equal to 1, but that means that we have 3 times 1 for this first question, which is equal to 3. In part B, the m to the power of 0 is equal to 1, and the 12m is all in brackets to the power of 0, so that's equal to 1 as well. So we have 5 times 1 plus another 1, that makes 6. Question 4. This is the power of a power rule. So if we have m as the base, we need to multiply these powers. 3 times 5 is 15. If there is a big number out the front of our base, that needs to be raised to the power of 2. 3 to the power of 2 is 9. Y is the base, and 5 times 2 is 10. Part C, we need to cube everything inside that bracket. So 2 cubed is 8. A is the first base, and I'm going to do 3 times 3, which makes 9. On the bottom, 3 cubed is 27. Then we have a B, we want to do 2 times 3 makes 6. And C, which would be a power of 1 here, 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, so that's our little bit of revision of our index laws. You now need to do exercise 3A.